This episode of ETC is brought to you by Mad Max Fury Road.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tech Tuesday. I've got one of those things that everybody wants. Now I have it. It's my Monrover. Whoa, 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 Elliot. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Get off of it.
No, come on, get off. Make love to it.
No.
Make love to it.
Yeah.
No. Whoa. Whee.
Anyway, in the New York Times this weekend, they ran a very long story about what it's like working for Amazon, the largest retailer in the world, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, the 15th richest person on earth, worth $34.8 billion.
That's sad that he's worth that much and still just 15. He's got to be very angry about that.
Bill Gates has like double that.
According to a lot of people they talk to, it fucking sucks there. Turns out everything we as consumers love about Amazon, like the ability to buy damn near anything at a great price and have it appear on our doorstep impossibly fast, comes at the cost of a lot of Amazon employees' sanity.
Now, working in the tech field, or really any industry where huge amounts of money are on the line, is always going to be stressful. I mean, we all just kind of assume that. What's troubling about Amazon as it's presented in this article is just how stressful working there is.
Yeah, employees are basically under constant review, not only from their supervisors, but also from their coworkers. They do it thanks to an anonymous feedback system any employee can use to complain about another employee's work ethic.
I think, like they deal with all customer complaints are like brought to them as well.
Damn.
Anyway, yeah, and Amazon's corporate culture strongly encourages pointing out other employees' weaknesses.
Wow.
Which in a perfect world would be great, but in practice results in survivor-like alliances and backstabbing, not to mention the stress of knowing that you could be on the chopping block at any time.
Yeah, employees are expected to work 80 or more hours a week and be constantly available via phone and email to deal with issues as they arise, even if it's in the middle of the night. The work-life balance there sucks, especially if you have a spouse and kids at home that you probably never get to see.
Whoops.
Yeah.
And God help you if you get sick or are dealing with a personal tragedy. One anonymous former Amazon employee told The Times that after a failed pregnancy resulted in a stillborn baby, she was told that her performance would be monitored extra closely to make sure that her focus stayed on her job.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
According to the article, a phrase used by a lot of current and former employees is, quote, Amazon is where overachievers go to feel bad about themselves. Because of this, not a whole lot of people last longer than their initial 2-year contract.
And let's say you make it a year and decide, fuck this, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Well, now you owe Amazon back all of your signing bonus and relocation fees.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just tough it out, make it 2 years, and then get the fuck out of there and go work for Google or Facebook or Microsoft or whatever, which is stressful, but just less stressful.
Yeah, so that's like the tech and the executive and the
white
managerial
collar
side. Then there's the warehouse side of Amazon, which sounds like absolute hell. The quotas require workers to basically sprint around the warehouse all day with very few breaks. And during summer, some of the warehouses have brought in ambulances to treat dehydrated workers in case they pass out, rather than just installing air conditioning.
Now it costs too much.
Yeah.
And if you do end up passing out, they just cart you away and they're like, scab, get over
Yeah.
here. The whole article is really worth a read. It paints Amazon as a survival of the fittest, Hunger Games style company that chews up employees and spits them out in order to find the best of the best of the best at the expense of pretty much everyone else's sanity and well-being.
Yeah, of course, Jeff Bezos took issues with the New York Times portrayal of his company, saying it's not the Amazon that he knows, but then again, he's the CEO. Also, it's not like other huge retailers or tech companies are a joy to work for.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon sounds like a shitty place to work unless you're an incredibly career-driven person, but then again, so did Apple under Steve Jobs, and so do loads of other tech companies. Even working on Wall Street or working in the Hollywood studio system can be absolutely horrible unless it's really, really what you want to do.
Yeah, I don't think there's a job really in tech, Hollywood, or anything like that you do work a normal 40-hour week.
No.
It seems to be like you kind of just go until the job's done, which a lot of the times takes way longer than you thought it would be.
Yeah.
Now, the people complaining about how shitty it is to work at these jobs raise a lot of valid points, but then again, they're also earning a lot of money from salary and stock. It ultimately comes down to how much you're willing to sacrifice for the almighty dollar. But happiness and financial success means basically the same thing to so many people in the US, and that's kind of fucked up. If this was like Europe, you get
a lot of this stuff's
I just
like
hit myself in the balls.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff's like straight up illegal in Europe. Like you can't.
You have to have a certain mandated time off.
Yeah, their labor laws are a lot stricter, but
Yeah.
here in the US, it's like you're a failure unless you're like working 80 hours a week,
yeah.
earning like $200K for a house that you spend 10 minutes a year in because you're
Exactly.
always at work.
Yep. But regardless of how you feel about Amazon, you should be fucking pissed at AT&T, as usual.
Yeah.
Because according to some new documents from NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, AT&T has been happily providing the NSA with private data for years.
Yeah, NSA's like, AT&T, you
Yo,
up?
what up? What up, girl?
Come through.
Yo. Personal secrets and chill?
So, I mean, giving information to the NSA isn't exactly unique.
No.
Most American telecom companies have bent over for the NSA and let them shine a flashlight in their butthole at least some point during the last decade or so.
Yeah.
What makes AT&T unique is just how helpful and how cooperative they were.
Oh, please, Mr. NSA, let us help you. The NSA documents describe AT&T as, quote, highly collaborative and, quote, extremely willing to help. Bro, that's a gold star from the NSA for AT&T. They gave the NSA access to metadata from billions of private emails and phone calls, and even helped them set up their wiretapping operation at the United Nations building in New York.
Happy to help.
Great, yes, thank you.
So AT&T's cozy relationship with the NSA has been basically public knowledge for the last 9 years, thanks to articles from both Wired and Salon that basically exposed all this way back in like 2006.
Yeah.
But this new info is just icing on the shitty cake.
Yeah. But guys, the NSA isn't the only branch of the US government that sucks. Compared to the NSA's tech-savvy infringement on everyone's privacy, the IRS has taken the exact opposite approach to fucking us all over by letting all their taxpayer data get easily stolen by Russian hackers.
Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yeah.
Whoops. So back in May, the IRS admitted that hackers had used the IRS website to steal data on around 100,000 people, and now it's turned out they were actually lowballing everyone with that number, and the actual number is somewhere above 600,000.
Whoops! So now, thanks to the IRS being shit at cybersecurity, over 500,000 Americans' information is just out there floating around the black market, waiting for someone to buy it up and try to open a credit card under your name. Whoops!
But hey, at least the IRS alerted all the victims several months after the initial breach.
Whoops! All right, well, now that we've shit on 2 huge companies and 2 huge government agencies, sorry, let's talk about Google, who probably isn't too fun to work for either. But they have way more control over our lives, so we're cool with it, Google. Yeah, no, you're fine.
Yeah, come through.
You're good.
Google also seems to genuinely want to improve the world while they take it over as our new benevolent overlords. And the latest example of this is Project Sunroof, which takes all of the data that they've been gathering through their Google Maps service over the last decade and a half and uses it to let homeowners know exactly how effective installing solar panels on their roofs would be.
I like this. So solar panels can cost a lot to install and can end up ultimately being not worth it if your roof doesn't get enough direct sunlight during the day. But it can be worth it because you can sell that power back to the
Depends on the municipality.
Yeah. But thanks to Project Sunroof, you can just go to google.com/sunroof, enter your address, and see how much you would save on your energy costs if you installed solar panels on your roof.
Asterisk, the project is currently only available to people living in greater San Francisco, greater Boston, and Fresno of all places.
Yeah.
But hopefully it expands.
Lots of sun there.
Yeah, hopefully it expands to Los Angeles because we got all the fucking sun in the world. It's sunny year round.
Although neither of us can afford actual houses, but I'm sure we could suggest it to our landlords.
And our friends with money.
All right, now finally, take a deep breath because in super important, life-changing Google news, they've officially announced that the next version of Android, Android M, is going to be called Android Marshmallow. Okay, now you can breathe. Now you can breathe.
I've been on the edge of my imaginary seat for months.
What were the other options?
It was like Marscapone,
Mars
Bar.
Because they did Kit Kat.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so Android Marshmallow, great. Also, guys, we wanted to do a little quick kind of recap. We did a story a couple weeks ago and a podcast with Rob Fee a couple weeks ago about how the Fat Jew is a gigantic fucking plagiarist.
Oh, yeah.
And it all came to a head this past weekend because it was announced that he was signed by CAA.
Creative Artists Agency. It's a big agency here in the Tinseltown.
And he had a pilot in the works with Comedy Central. So when the entire comedic community found out about this, like all actual comedy writers, they launched this huge anti-Fat Jew campaign on Twitter. It was amazing to witness all weekend.
It was great. Twitter was fun this weekend because everyone came together,
banded together
to hate Fat Jew.
Yeah.
deathandtaxes.com.
If you go to deathandtaxes.com, they have had some incredible coverage of this whole thing, including a comprehensive guide to all of his thefts. And aside from that, he lost his Comedy Central pilot.
They took it away.
Yep.
No more show for you because it's not wise to invest money in people who with no creative abilities of their own.
Yeah, so that's all good news, guys. We'll put a link in the description for the article. I'll send you the comprehensive list that Death and Taxes did. Great website, by the way. It's like, how did you describe it? Like
It's like BuzzFeed for cynical people like me.
Yeah, it's great. So we love that site, and we love the guys over there. So check that out. And also, we got this Monrover thing from the guys at Monrover. It's one of those things we've been seeing everyone riding around on.
And
basically.
now we've experienced it for ourselves.
And when I saw people on, I'm like, oh, that's so stupid, I want one. And now people see me on it and they're like, that's so stupid, I want one.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of fun. It takes a little bit of getting used to, I guess. How would you describe your first time, Elliot?
Terrifying, but yeah, I figured out the balance of it. It's all about putting your faith in a mindless machine,
Yeah.
not killing you.
Yeah.
And
As
so
long
far
as
so
you
good.
trust it, it's fine. Here, Elliot, take it for a spin.
Oh god.
All right, do a 360.
Woo! Yeah.
Moonwalk.
Look, you're Michael Jackson.
Got to be started something.
All right, so how fast does this thing go, Elliot?
Dangerously fast.
Yeah,
I don't know, like 15 miles an hour.
I doubt it goes 15, but I think it goes up to about like 10 miles an hour. It's supposed to last like 12 miles, but I haven't taken it out on the public streets yet. Don't know how street legal she is, but I do want to take it through an airport. That's what I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
Because walking through airports sucks. All right, so yeah, there is a bunch of them on the market. This is the Monrover. This is like the cheapest, best one for the price. So it's about as cheap as you can get right now, and they're an American-based company. So check it out. We'll put a link to them in the description below as well. Thanks for joining us, guys. Watch our podcast, and I'm gonna 360 out of here. Oh no, it's going haywire. Bye.